At Ennis Higher Ballpark in Perth, Western Australia, the Eagles play the Monkeys in the 2026 Masters Baseball Grand Final. It's a beautiful night here at Baseball Park and a pleasant good evening and welcome to our viewers. Graham Johnson here with Jess Fitzgerald for what is the culmination game in the Masters season in this winner-take-all Grand Final. And we've started up with Brad Allpike taking the first walk of the day. Masters competition's a little bit different to the regular season, and we'll explain some of the things that go on during the game, so just some slight differences. And now at the moment we have ex-Perth Heat and Morley Major Leaguer, Brendan Thomas at the dish, and the first pitch from Matty Winfield is low for ball one. Here comes the pitch, and hit on straight to the second baseman, flips over to the shortstop, and double play to start the day. That is an impressive double play by the Monkeys boys, and well turned. So Jess, interesting game tonight.
Great, mate. It's exciting to be here, buddy. I tell you what, the Monkeys look like they've still got it. You know, throwing back to yesteryear, and going to be some sore bodies tomorrow, I'm sure, at work at 9 a.m.
Oh, no doubt, yeah. It could be a rostered day off for most people tomorrow, more than likely. As we have David Hanna up at the plate. I think David went deep last week for Morley home run, which is unheard of almost in Masters baseball. There was 2 hit in about 20 years, and we had 2 hit in the semi-final last week.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's unbelievable. And he has a 2-ball strike. Winfield winds, throws just on the inside corner, missed it there, so he goes to a 3-ball count.
I mean, surely the Eagles are relying on Dave to kind of do a bit of damage with the bat tonight, mate, and score some runs for him.
Strike one there, yeah, absolutely. They got away to a fast start last week. Was 8 in front, and then the Indians came back. And balls hit up into the outfield. I think that's Graham's scorer underneath it, or no, that's the centre fielder. So 3 up and 3 down for the Eagles, with the Monkeys coming to the plate.
Is that Nathan Davis out there in centre field? I think I needed my binoculars, mate.
I think it might be Nathan Davis. Yeah, one of the rules, of course, in Masters baseball is you can swap your players around each inning. There's no real recorded outfielders, so they swap around pretty frequently. But that wasn't, was Nathan Davis. He was the hero of the last week with the walk-off to beat the Reds.
Still got it.
Wow, yeah, his big league club is going well, and so is his Masters team. So yeah, it was a great effort to walk off Reds last week 5-4 in one of the closer games.
So Graham, do you want to tell us some of the rules around pitching?
Okay, around pitching, yep. Essentially, you can only pitch any part of 3 innings max. So what that means is if you come in during or with 1 or 2 out, that actually counts as a full inning.
Yep.
And then you can only pitch a maximum of 3. We also have the rule where we don't bunt, we don't steal, so there's no plays, no hit and run plays, anything like that.
Strictly no Bush League in Masters, mate?
No Bush League in Masters, no. There was the first year that it started. The bunts came out in the finals in the first year. But that was shut down pretty quickly. So at bat we have Blake Morfitt, and Brad Allpike comes in and just misses on the inside corner to Morph. The Monkeys boys have got all nicknames on the back of their uniforms for those who are here. Again, Allpike comes set low to a 2-ball count.
So the Eagles have pretty much pitched BA leading off, starting off the hill here pretty regularly here at the Masters League, haven't they? So it's been pretty reliable for them. Get through a couple of digs for him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, he gets up there and he throws strikes, which is what you want to do in Masters. And there's the first strike of the game. Yeah, you want to throw strikes and you want to put the ball in play. Obviously, the guys are a little bit older. You've got to be over 35 to play Masters as that ball gets hit up on the infield. Shortstop is coming in underneath it for 1 down, and that's David Hanna who took that. So, boys lose a little bit of range, but with these guys and the experiences that they've had through their baseball career, if the ball's hit to them, they generally make it out.
And they're generally in the right place too.
So,
tend to know how everyone else hits and get themselves in the right position.
Yeah, so. Experience is a big thing. Now, Graham Scorer's up at the dish. Graham's just recently retired, I think 2 years out of state league now. Perth Heat player. Was recognised when we had the Claxton Shield night. That was here. And he goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Can hit it though, Jess. He's still capable of hitting it 2 and over the fence.
Man, I watched him in a B grade game this year and hit an absolute bloody nuke, mate. So,
There it is, pulled down the side, and there we go. So the first hit of the night for Graham Scorer over Lee Cahill's glove there, right next to first base. So we've got the first hit of the evening, and that brings up Crash Davis up to bat, whose real name is Chris Brain.
Yeah, so Chris is pretty heavily involved in the junior program at Braves.
Yeah, it's actually good to see a lot of these guys still are involved. I know BA Brad Allpike is still heavily involved there as he throws ball number 1. Still heavily involved with the intermediate and senior league comps, which is really nice. Fly ball there, infield fly again. David Hanna sitting underneath it, so he retires Brain for the second out, and that brings up the Braves president, in fact, isn't it? Nathan Davis.
Nathan Davis is the president? Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah.
So,
head honcho.
Yep, so...
he can hit a ball hard too, mate, just quietly. So.
Yeah, well, he's got Dizzy on the back of his shirt, which is hopefully not an indication of what's going to happen, but Allpike goes to him and ball in the dirt for ball number 1. He put the ball in play with loaded bases last week to score the winning run and propel Monkeys to their second grand final.
I mean, certainly the approach here by Eagles is not to throw anything too hard so they can get a good hard hit on it. So weak ground ball there to second base for the third out.
Yeah, Johnny Hearn over there at second base, former Heat, long-time Heat and Australian player. Still playing Hearn, probably the oldest guy in the league. He would have started out, he started out in the first series when we had it, which was back in 2005-2006 season, and has played ever since. He's the longest tenured player, which is outstanding. So, to see John still playing, still got quick hands as a hitter.
Man, I wish I was still playing. I'm sure you do too, mate. So sometimes life just kind of takes its toll on you when you can't physically get out there.
I don't think I got a hit in the 2020s, so that was enough of an indication that it was time to retire.
The field looks good though, mate, so we'll run with that.
Oh, it's a good looking field at the moment. Priz does all of his work in the grass.
It's good to see you took the line marking off of Jeremy Dixon tonight, mate, and got some nice straight lines out there.
Well, we did need it straight, and we did need it in the right place. But of course, we have to mention Dicko because he always believes that he brings in the extra supporters.
He does, mate.
And the extra viewers. So,
you can send your requests through on Friday nights, mate.
Friday nights, what have we got? We've got South Perth and Careen tomorrow, which is
correct,
like in State League, which is a bit of a crucial game for Careen. They can't afford to drop one to a club lower than them, like South Perth.
Mate, South Perth split Vic Park on the weekend and looked pretty good. So
Careen
don't want to go too lightly on them.
Yeah, those young Willerton guys who've come into the lineup at South Perth are really starting to find their feet, which is outstanding. So.
I do appreciate the token throw over that's never going to be required by the catcher.
It looks good. Stewie Johnson down there. Stewie's a long-time player. within the league. So, and now batting we have Michael Cahill. Matt Winfield winds up again, a little low for ball number 1. Ball hit over to the third baseman, Neil Major, and an easy throw over to Clayton Frederickson at first for the first out. So I also realised, when it was time to retire, I took Matt Winfield away with the schoolboys team back when I first started.
Yeah. And
then he was throwing to me in Masters. And
yeah,
I figured one of us is too old for this.
I remember doing that when kids that I coached in Little League are all of a sudden having beers, and I'm like, what is going on?
It's a wild experience. Up the bat, we now have Lee Cahill. And Lee's been hit inside fastball there. And that puts the Eagles player on first base. Eagles mainly come out of the Morley Club.
Yep.
It's a fair call, isn't it, Jess, really? Over the years, they've been able to supply player after player.
Mate, it's a who's who of Morley down here at the moment. It's, if you look at the crowd down here, it's a lot of state league guys down here watching the old boys have a run. It's quite good.
It's definitely a Morley crowd.
Yeah.
So, of course, these two teams went head-to-head on Friday night.
Yeah, they did, mate. Yeah.
So, obviously, they'll probably say that this is the main show.
And that was a curtain raiser, you reckon, on a Friday? Yeah.
Curtain raiser to the most important game. So, now batting, we have Damon Clark for the Eagles. Matty Winfield's been effective to get the enough of the outs. Throws it in and swinging strike. Yeah, okay, we're not getting a big lead over there because we don't steal. There's no real leads off first base, and that ball's punched down the left field line and foul for a 1-ball 2-strike count.
I do like these Monkeys uniforms, Graham, just as a bit of a side note here, and it's kind of worked its way into the Braves State League kind of roster as well. Someone has knocked over our camera, buddy. We'll change cameras, hang on.
And that was a strikeout there of Damon Clark by Matty Winfield. So that puts the second out with Adam Holt coming to bat. Actually, the Monkeys uniforms look good. No one ever told me when I played for them how they came to be called the Monkeys. I don't get it. I still don't get it. Maybe someone can drop a comment in there.
Yeah, drop a comment.
As to why, as it goes 1 ball on Adam Holt. Winfield winds, throws low again.
So 2 down, is that?
2 out, yep.
I might have to run down and fix this camera, Jono, so I'll leave you to it.
Okay, so we do a bit of everything here. Ball high there for what I believe is 3 balls and no strikes. And a 4-pitch walk there to Adam Holt. And that brings to the plate, I think he'd be happy for us to call him the veteran, which is John Hearn. John started his career at South Perth, went over to Morley. Obviously played a lot of years for the Perth Heat. Played for Australia too there, I believe. And I caught behind Hearnie for the 10, 12 years that we lost grand finals to him. And just had the quickest hands I've seen of any of the players that have come through, and that's a high one there to start the day off for ball 1. Winfield winds up again. Hearn hits it straight to the shortstop, picks it up, goes over to the second baseman, and that is the 3rd out for the Eagles team. Of course, the Monkeys are primarily Braves. They came into the competition last year. They it was a bit of a half amalgamation merger with what was then the Cubs team. So they made the grand final last year, lost the grand final to Reds in their first year, and obviously second year finished on top of the ladder, finished well on top too. I think they won 10 games, lost one, drew one, and Eagles were second with 5 wins, so they were quite a dominant team throughout the regular season. And again, if you're over 35 and you do have a love for the game and you want to be involved, get in contact with the Masters Baseball League. We have 5 teams here for Masters. We play 4 every Monday night, 6:30 game and an 8:15 game. And again, it's if you still love your baseball and you still want to have a hit and you still want to enjoy hanging out with your mates, Masters Baseball's a fantastic opportunity.
I mean, it's really perfect for the guys that are coaching on the weekend and then, get to come and actually play a game on a Monday night, mate, when they're all consumed with the building the youth on the weekend. So
it's a gentleman's league. There's sort of a lot of unwritten rules of things that you don't do, and it's just a matter of you go up there, you swing at strikes. We don't take anybody out on the bases or.
Yeah. You're saying there's a strict no nuffy policy? Is that what you're?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a nice way to describe it. Now, as Matt Winfield comes up to hit, and Brad Allbike still on the mound.
Whoa.
And whoa,
Gave him a hitter.
Nice pitch there for strike number 1.
That might have hit mid-60s then. We should have brought the radar gun in.
Yeah, we could have just flashed up figures, just random figures on the as a 1 ball 1 strike count, just to make it a little bit interesting. Up the middle there, and that's a hit by the Monkeys, so that's their second hit, and Matt Winfield's first hit out to the centre fielder, and that brings Neil Major up to the plate. Neil was, I think, the leading Monkeys hitter last year, picked up the award, made the All-Star team. There is an All-Star team that's selected from all of the players.
Yeah.
There's obviously batting championships as well and MVPs. So there's still something to play for at the end as we go for strike number 1.
Are you privy to who might be a hot pick for the All-Star team?
No, not really, mate. I haven't actually seen that many games. I sort of set it up as Allpike goes to 2 strikes. I tend to set it up and then I'm finished for the day.
Yeah, okay.
Look, you can have a look around of the bunkies. Probably Neil Major's a good tip. Graham Scorer would be in that.
Yep.
I think for Eagles, you're probably talking Lee Cahill, Brendan Thomas out there. So, as well as obviously the other clubs that make it up. And that one's fouled out along the third baseline as a 1 ball 2 strike count to Neil Major. The first baseman playing behind Matt Winfield there with no stealing. Not a huge lead off. And Neil rips that one down the line, so that's a nice hit there. Winfield turns and ends up at third base. So it's a nice hit there. And again, when we say gentlemen's rules, we still play the game as it should be played. So if you need to go from first to third on a play, you go first to third. So it's still that level there. That brings Stuart Johnson up to plate, and he grounds one out over to the shortstop, and over to first for the double play, but that scores Winfield to put the Monkeys up 1-0 in the bottom of the second innings. So,
do you reckon that was a tactical rollover there, Jono?
Did what he had to do, put the ball in play, score the runner from third base. I don't think there's going to be a lot of runs scored out here tonight. I don't think it's going to be a 20-5 game or 20-22 sort of game. So if you can score that run early, that's great work. Now batting for the Monkeys is Clayton Fredericks. So he goes to 1 ball 1 strike. I think we'll see Fredo on the mound probably later tonight. He might come in and close it. So 1 ball, 1 strike. We play 7 innings or an hour and a half, whichever comes first. And of course tonight we have to play to a result. So that one's chopped foul for a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Clayton Frederickson was a long time State League pitcher, wasn't he? Good State League pitcher.
And a former Braves president too, so there's a whole bunch of their hierarchy in this Monkeys team. So
So 2 balls, 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
wow, quick pitch, Tim. Love it.
Whoa, there we go.
Yeah.
Outside corner to strike out Clayton Fredericks.
Love
So
it.
at the end of the second innings, we have Monkeys with a 1-0 lead.
Little short sidestep there and whistled it in, mate. That's good.
I like it. He arced it up a bit for that third strike. So again, sometimes when you get a bit older, you need a bit of guile about you. You need a bit of an understanding. So we still have. Looks like we've still got Matt Winfield on the hill. So this will be his third and his last innings. And if you're thinking about what's happened in the Masters competition in the past, well, it's really. It started from 91 to 97 when played at Parry Field.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be Bears, and I'm not even sure who they were ruled the roost. But since coming to the various names of both Ballpark, it's really been an Eagles fest. They've won 15 of the 20 championships that have been played. Yeah, I think they played Cubs in about 10 of them and beat us in all of them. It was just an everyday thing. We'd play them in the regular season. We'd win a couple of games. We'd come to the finals. We'd get beaten. So
well, there must have been cheating or something. Must have been training or something, mate. Surely.
Yeah, but when you can bring out a lineup of Hearn, Haraba, Adamson, Griffiths, Malcolm, Williamson. I think the first year that they played, they would have had, I think it was about 7 Australian players, and the other 2 were just West Australians. Reps. Indians beat them in the second year, and then they rolled off like 14 in a row. The last couple of years, Reds 3-peated, and then we had Bears play and win in the 2021-22 season. But yeah, so this is it's an interesting matchup. Ken Morley, and I call him Morley, and I really shouldn't, but can they come back and steal one here from the Monkeys? And ball number 1 there, as we have Adam Watts now batting for the Eagles side. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Winfield winds. Nice hit out there to left field. That gets past scorer. It goes all the way to the fence. So Adam Watts should end up on second base with that. So that was a nice rip down the line, and exactly what the Eagles needed after Monkeys got on board with the run in the bottom of the second. So that puts a runner at second, and Bevan Smith at the plate.
I mean, this really is the thing with both of these teams. They hit the whole way through the order, don't they?
Yeah, there's
no weak links in.
Nah, there's not a poor hitter amongst them. Strike 1 there. This is really a big strikeout hitter for Winfield. We'll be looking to get at least a ground ball. Keep something on the infield. Ooh, low. That was well held off there by Smith for a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Up, no, still low. Ooh. I think catcher might have been questioning that one a little bit. I thought it might have caught the outside corner.
Tight zone tonight. It's a big game, mate. It's grand final,
Big game, yeah.
Yeah.
And that ball's looks like it's going to drop in.
Oh, it did.
Yep. Oh, well done there by Crash Davis. Ball over their head, throw it back to third to keep the force in place and keep the runner at second base. So just a little bloop there. So we've had almost a bloop and a blast, really.
It's knowing your limitations out there at second base, mate. You're like, oh, no. Back I go.
Well, yeah, again, kept the runner at second, and now we have the final hitter, because you can bat up to 14, I think, in Masters, is Bill Manning. Winfield's just trying to get him to chase some low pitches, and Manning has held off on both. That one's bounced in. So looks like we have a 2-ball count on Manning.
Might be 3-0, man. I'm too busy talking.
Well, that's definitely a strike, as he's fouled one off. Couldn't lay off the high fastball. Your fastball in the eyes, hard pitch to hold off.
I feel like the lights are too bright out here at the moment, mate. And the Masters aren't quite used to this lux level.
Well, if anybody should have the highest lights, it should always be the Masters guys, because most of them can't see. So,
that's 4 runs right there. That's a great shot.
Yeah, almost playing for the Scorchers. Evens the count up at, could be 2 balls, 2 strikes. It could be 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're looking for a strikeout here. No, so it was 2-2, so that brings it now to 3 balls, 2 strikes. And walked. So that loads the bases up with none out. And brings up Brad Allpike, who walked in his first at bat. Winfield's got to start to find the zone a little bit more at the moment. Sort of lost it in this third innings. And there we go, strike 1 to Allpike. Comes to the wind. Yep. That's high for ball 1. On deck is Brendan Thomas. And that's ball 2, low and outside. Yeah, Brendan Thomas, BT was always a pitcher. I'm not sure how much he hit in his state league days, in his Perth Heat days. Wouldn't have hit any for Perth Heat.
It's kind of semi-irrelevant down here, though, isn't it? Like your catchers end up pitching, and because they've still got an arm left. And
strike 2. Well, often pitchers were the best athletes, and to take away hitting from them. And they were often your most guys who were your best athletes, and someone decided the pitchers couldn't hit.
Oh, nice.
Just foul. That would have scored a couple if it had stayed fair. Yeah, I must admit, I'm a bit of an old school guy. I used to like pitchers hitting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of the universal DH. There's not much strategy involved as Winfield lines up and goes to full count on Brad Allpike.
Pretty much everyone's a two-way guy these days, Jono. With the way that juniors is set up, they can all pitch and hit. So
yeah, you've got to be almost now, don't you?
Yeah.
So Winfield comes in and walked him. So that walks in the first run for the Eagles. So we're all tied up at 1 at the moment. Yeah, especially with, when you put together a state, travelling team, a tournament team, most of your guys need to be two-way guys who can hit and play the field somewhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you play, schoolboys played 8 games in 5 days, you need guys to be able to jump up on the hill. And strike 1 to Brendan Thomas.
Schoolboys might be the first time some of these kids are getting pitcher only and having someone hit for them, mate. So, bit of an eye-opener for them.
Yeah, And BT has put one through into left field, and he scores and puts Eagles up with a 2-1 scoreline. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Obviously, you tend to DH your pitchers on at tournaments like schoolboys. You just want them to go out there, throw strikes. You don't want them to waste energy on the on the base pads. As Matt Winfield goes to a 1-strike count on David Hanna. So. And that one's hit through to as well to Graham Scorer at left field, and that scores another of the Eagles players. So they now have got a 3-1 lead.
I might have to start looking at the bullpen, Jono. Do you reckon they've got in there? Is that Yoda down there still, or I can't see that far, mate.
Yeah, no, I don't think I saw Yoda tonight.
Oh.
Obviously, I think Graham Score is one who can come in. Clayton Fredericks can come in and pitch as well, as that Winfield throws a ball to Michael Cale. Cale grounded out to the third baseman last at bat.
Oh. He's called it himself, I think.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a discussion on the mound there. Umpire's in there to have a bit of an idea. Over Stroll's Clayton Fredericks. No, he's going to stay on.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Hidden ball trick.
I'm not sure that's going to fly in this competition. Chris Brain would be probably the next pitcher as well, as Winfield throws a strike. He really needs an out here, even maybe 2 out. The ball's hit to the third baseman. Major comes home and gets all Pike at home plate for the first out. So that's what they need, a ground ball. Major picks up, throws, makes the easy out. Now up comes Lee Cale. He, of course, was a long-time Morley guy. Then went over to South Perth, I think, won a couple of championships, coached a couple of championships in the early 2000s, I think, at South Perth. Was really well respected down there in Cubbyland. And it's ball one, Winfield.
Gone through.
Another ball's gone through, so Brain just couldn't grab hold of that one. So scores another Eagles run.
Just finding that gap between short and third, just able to drag everything down there.
Yeah, again, just you're putting the ball in play, not trying to hit it too hard, just trying to get it through the infield. You score runs. The game's changed a lot now. Obviously, everyone's max effort. Swing for the fences every pitch.
Take a knee.
Throw 100 miles an hour whenever you can.
Well, we are catching up, mate. We've gone live to YouTube.
Well, there we go. We're all over it. So Damon Clark is dead now. Clark struck out in his first at bat. Winfield goes up high twice for a 2-ball count. I'm not sure that our cameras can. One can pick up the scoreboard all right. So Winfield comes. Ooh, that looked from again up in the media centre.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good, but umpire called it a ball for 3 balls, and a 3-1 straight down the middle. I think they'd love to get a double play here. And slapped foul for a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Obviously, the Monkeys will need to bring someone in next inning because Winfield would have done his 3.
Yeah, saw Crash doing the windmills with his right arm there, mate, while he was at shortstop, so he was getting ready.
He might be next. So and he has rung him up.
Bravo.
Big strike out there
Chainsaw.
for Winfield. And really needed that because that puts it 2 out now with loaded bags. And Adam Holt comes up to the plate. Holt drew a walk in his first plate appearance.
I'm enjoying the respect they have for their equipment tonight, Jono, too.
Nothing gets thrown.
Some of the State League boys can get a little bit hot-headed at their strikeouts and destroy the facility, but yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, but these guys obviously know what they need to do. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Adam Holt.
Ooh, hit him.
Oh, hit him up high. And that will walk in the 5th run for Eagles. So BT's going out there to run, so Adam must be the catcher. Again, we have the speed up rules here in the Masters, so if the catchers are on, and most catchers hate to run anyway, so they'll swap it over, which brings Johnny Hearn to the plate. Hearn grounded out in the first plate appearance and goes for 1 strike. Again, quick hands of Hearn, throws it over the top for foul ball for strike 2. That's a pretty big lead now that Monkeys are going to have to fight back from, being down 4. Ball in the dirt there. Didn't get too far away from catcher Stuart Johnson to warrant trying to run home.
So where we don't have stealing, Jono, we do have you can take a base on a pass ball back to the back net. Right?
You can,
so
yeah.
You can take that one.
Yeah, pass balls are fine to run on. Obviously that one wasn't quite far enough. And Hearn struck out, and that was a big, much needed strikeout for Winfield. So at the middle of the 3rd innings, we've got Eagles 5 and Braves 1. So we still got Brad Allpike on the hill, so he'll be looking to shut the Monkey boys down. So
I think he'd be feeling pretty confident after that last strike out of that last inning, mate. He was varying pitches well and timing, and mate, it's game on.
You just wonder how many strikes that arm's got in it. Because I think Brad's involved in the interim.
Mate, A coaches A grade, he coaches Big League 1 as well.
Big League,
Thornlie,
yeah. So no doubt throws a lot of BP.
He's built for it, mate. He's built up all year for this moment right here.
Well, again, if you can get off to a good start, then that does make it difficult. When you're playing a shortened 90-minute game. If you can put a 5 spot up early, that'll usually put you in good stead.
It's kind of the same as everything. If you get ahead early, mate, with strikes, then you can start mixing it up and try and get them off balance. But you get behind in the count, then you have to start throwing fastballs down the middle, and these Monkeys will tee off on you.
Yeah, and a comp like this, outs are always way more valuable than runs. Runs can be relatively easy to get. Outs can sometimes be difficult. Up batting for Monkeys is Patrick Moore. Pat's the vice president of the Masters League, and he's actually taken over the running. And our thoughts go out to Keith Kennedy as he goes to 0-2. Keith has run the Masters now for probably 5 or 6, maybe even close to 10 years. He's not in the best of health, so we do send our good wishes out to...
Oh, safe.
Oh, wow,
Beat it out. Love it, Paddy.
So, yeah. Thornlie long throw there, from well behind the base. So good play all up. So hit for Patrick. That's the start that they would have wanted there.
You giving him a hit for that?
Yeah, I'd give him a hit for that, I think.
Sure, up the middle. Had to jeter it over there.
Thornlie had a long way to go for Thornlie to go. And now batting for Monkeys is number 51, Michael Parks. Oh, strike up high there. Well, that one was a little bit too high. Michael and Patrick are two members of the old Cubs team that came on board when the Monkeys took over. Nice rip there, but nice line drive and nice pick up by the second baseman, Damon Clark, for 1 out. So line drive 5 there. Well, and yeah.
Yoda is here.
Yoda is here. Yeah, well, maybe he was just hiding down there in the dugout. So obviously Jeff Dyer, Yoda to all of the people around baseball. Obviously a great player, obviously a great coach. Has coached Braves to their last 2 flags. He puts one up in the air. Brendan Thomas underneath it out there at centre field and for the second out.
Certainly had a lot of success as a state league coach, mate, and just recently retired from there with JK taking over this year. Yeah,
went for the three-peat and obviously really hard to three-peat in any competition and just came up short with Morley last year. But yeah, a really knowledgeable man around baseball and about the game and how to play it. So we go to the final hitter for Monkeys, which is Joel Gelding. He'll be looking to push Patrick around, see if he can get him in scoring position. Ballpark throws.
Well, that might bloop in.
Oh, no, Hearn's underneath it, little pop fly. Oh, and nice play there by Johnny Hearn. Had to go a fair distance, and that is the third out for the Monkeys, and they're down 5-1 at the bottom of the third inning.
Little ESPN moment there by Thornlie, mate. Taking a little dive at the end there.
I think Thornlie likes to play for the crowd.
Nice, love it.
So, and we've got it's a pretty reasonable crowd. It's a nice crowd here tonight. Beautiful night for baseball here in Perth. A 32-degree day, about 25 degrees tonight. Nothing better than sitting out and coming out to the baseball. And of course, we've got games. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. All double headers, all starting at 6 o'clock. So if your team is playing, then get yourself down to NSR Higher Ballpark. Hit up the canteen for some food and support your state league club. On the mound now for the Monkeys is Clayton Fredericks. Long time Braves player, long time Braves pitcher. So he'll be looking to sort of shut the bats down for the Eagles boys and see if they can get on the board, score them runs themselves. So we're coming up on the 40-minute mark for this game. So again, we only play 90 in total. Here goes the throw over to second again. Old school baseball.
Yeah, young Stewie down there, mate, Still got an arm, still showing it off.
Still like to show stuff off, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you still play the game properly, don't you? Yeah, regardless of your age, make sure that you do everything right. So up to bat we have Adam Watts. He ripped the double down the left field line in his last at bat, and Fredericks comes in with strike 1.
Got a bit of zip about him, mate.
Yeah, Fredo's still got a pretty good arm. So after all these years.
Oh, nice pitch too.
Inside corner for strike 2. Of course, the old time players used to come out, throw 120, 125 pitches in a game.
Yeah, it's just with all the stat-driven, data-driven baseball now, it's get through the order once or twice and then move on to the next guy. And So
I think I saw Michael Kenny throw 18 innings one game in a semi-final
wow.
out of Parry Field, and Gadget as he was done.
Mate, I haven't seen anyone go that far, not at all.
Ken McGee will tell you. I think he threw 18 or 17 or 18 or something.
I've seen some scorebooks that show it in the archives,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's been a very long time since anyone's gone that far. As 1 ball, 2 strike count on Adam Watts.
I think what you tend to see now is, when you get to the 3-game series for State League finals, someone's throwing game 1 and then they're getting rolled out again in game 3, so they're kind of getting.
Ooh, inside for ball 2.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it's sort of max effort, but if it's a grand final series, isn't it?
Yeah.
All hands on deck. It's a long winter. You can have off. Watts hits the ball up to the shortstop. Krastovis over to Matty Winfield at first, and for the first out.
He literally threw the bat at the ball. Let's come out of his hands and throw it down the third baseline. So.
Well, he fouled off about 3 or 4 really good pitches, so just maybe hoping that he'd foul one off. And we've got Bevan Smith up at the Bevan hit just a little bloop over the shortstop and goes down for strike number 1. Fredericks in the wind-up throws. Foul ball up over the Monkeys dugout.
Oh.
So that's the first strike.
That's the brave State League boys over there that ball went into. That's Joel Beaches, I can see, and is that Tucker? Tucker's sitting behind him, and
That's a fair way away from me, mate.
yeah.
As Fredericks goes high for ball 1. Oh, it's nice to see that the State League boys have come down to support. So
Yeah, it's good.
Fredericks in the wind-up. And strike 3. So gets rid of Smith for the second out. And that brings to the plate Bill Manning.
God, I wish the scoreboard guy would help us out, mate. He's constantly getting behind.
It's a high pressure job, the scoreboard job. If you mess it up, you hear about it. I managed to mess it up twice last week in the finals, and didn't I get told about it? So as Fredericks throws strike 1 to Manning.
It's not as bad as when I turned the lights off on him the other week, though, mate. So,
Nice pitch on the outside corner there for strike 2. Yeah, actually that'll get people talking. So. But I think, it's one of those things that Masters do feel quite appreciative to be able to play here. There's not many other leagues around the nation that that their Masters play at their association ground. So I know the boys do appreciate coming down here and playing each and every week. As you go to 1 ball, 2 strike count. And strike 3 on a called strike there by the umpire. So Fredericks goes 3 up, 3 down for the Monkeys, and that puts at the end of the 4th, or halfway through the 4th, Eagles 5 and Monkeys 1. Looks like we have the big home run hitter David Hanna coming up to the hill now. I think he came on last week, and I think he gave up probably most of the runs. Indians were down 8-0 and then fought their way back to 8-5 when the Indians catcher managed to hit the PPC sign out there at left field. Didn't go through, so didn't win the 50 grand.
So is that in or out if it hits the sign? Is that over?
That's over, absolutely over.
Behind, yeah.
Through the hole, he might have asked for his 50,000 if he got it through the jackpot there. Not quite sure who'd be willing to pay 50 grand. But I'd definitely ask for it if I hit it through. So.
Well, if we want to get the rumour mill going, I do believe that Morley B grade are struggling with arms with a few injuries at the moment. So Lachlan Dale might be looking here for David Hanna to see what he's got and roll him out for B grade finals, mate, coming up in a couple of weeks.
Oh, it's
get through a couple of innings for him.
Well, I do have Adam Milson down there. I think Corey Adamson does some pitching for him as well.
There's some sore bodies, I believe. So, the nerves, the old CEO's nerves are through the roof at the moment. Getting flashbacks to last year. So,
well, he'll enjoy his couple of weeks over there at the World Baseball Classic as he's heading over. So final start up this week for the lower grades.
General bye and then.
Because it's a long weekend as Hannah throws a strike to Blake Morfitt. Morfitt flied out to the shortstop last game and hits one down the line. So that's deep down the line there. Runs, turns.
That's a triple. Let's go.
That should be a triple. Picked up there and.
It's a long double.
Very long double. So that's a nice start there by Morfitt. Take the ball, the outside pitch away. And that brings up probably the big heavy hitter in the lineup in Graham Scorer. We'll be looking to drive one into the gap here to score Morfitt. And throws that knee-high strike to open proceedings.
I mean, you'd expect Monkeys to get a couple of runs back here this inning with this part of their lineup coming up. Yeah, it's a strong hitters there. As he goes outside for ball number 1. 5 hits for both teams. It's just that the Eagles have parlayed that into 5 runs. And looks like Hannah there wants Scorer to go out of the strike zone. Scorer staying within it, so for a 2-ball 1 strike count. Ooh. Misses again for 3 and 1. Doesn't like that outside edge, mate.
Nah, not many umpires do. It's like the Bermuda's Triangle out there. And Scorer walks to put runners at second and third. Oh, sorry, first and second, with Chris Brain coming up.
To be honest, I'd probably walk him too, mate. So,
Yeah.
Better relieve that. 4th play's on again now. Here you go.
Open base. Yeah, it's probably the smart play. You want to walk him without looking like you're trying to walk him. So
come straight back with a strike down the middle right there. So hoping he was going to reach for something and drag it.
And there comes set. And that one's hit and just drops in front of the left fielder there, so that advances everybody up 90 feet. So Monkey's now got something going with none out and loaded bags, and that brings up last week's hero, Nathan Davis. Davis ripped the ball. Oh no, fly ball, a flight out in the bottom of the first. Takes the first pitch and deposits into the left field seats for strike number 1.
Do you reckon it's club bye for him if Nathan walks off here in this game as well,
I would think so.
President's bye down the club rooms?
Oh, it would have to be. Yeah, everything on the top shelf too. Yeah. Nothing down below. So he goes up and deposits one over the party deck, and he's quickly in the hole 0-2.
Do you reckon there's a few scheduled RDOs tomorrow, mate, Tuesday?
I would do that. Yeah, well, although I was lucky enough to be a teacher. And that ball's hit up to the shortstop. He goes over to second base. Second base, not in time. So they make the out at second base on the force out, and that scores Blake Morfitt. So Indians pull one back. And up to the plate now comes the starting pitcher for Monkeys, Matty Winfield. Infield had a single to centre field. Leans in, watches strike one over the plate. It's a ball in play again. Just
nice feed.
ball over to second base and over to first base for the double play. So the 4-6-3 double play ends the inning for the Monkeys, and although getting a run back, they're still down 5-2.
Is that all Pike again, mate? I tell you what, Scott. He's trying to look for a grand final MVP after rolling that double play, mate. 3 innings pitched, and then
3 innings. I think that was Bev.
Was it?
Yeah, Bevan Smith out there at second base.
Oh yeah, no, but shortstop.
Oh, shortstop, was it Brad?
Like Brad.
He's making an early
I'm
play.
unreliable from up here though too, mate. So it could be anyone.
Well, he's been on twice. 1 inning, 1 run in 3 innings. He's probably leading the MVP for this particular game. Of course, after game 2, there'll be the presentations of all of the batting champions, the MVP of the league, which I think is the Doug Corker award.
It is, yeah.
So obviously the 2 big people involved in Masters over the years in WA, Doug Corker very early on, and then Spider Sinclair for many years, and then Keith Kennedy. It's Keith Kennedy, isn't it?
It is Keith Kennedy, yep.
Yeah, Keith has taken over the last few years. So I think they may, Masters boys might be looking for a new president for next year. And again, we wish all the best for Keith at the moment with his health dramas. Okay, so we know we've got Clayton Fredericks batting up again, and Brad Allpike is up, and he goes strike one. Allpike has walked twice in his 2 plate appearances. Frederick deals, and I'm not sure where that one missed either. And I think Fredo didn't quite know where that one missed himself for a 1 ball, 1 strike count. That one straight down the middle.
There's a kookaburra hanging out there on the back net there, Johnny.
Yeah, we've got 2 resident kookaburras here at the field. And strike 3 on a called strike on Brad Allpike. So that's the first out of the top of the 5th inning. Yeah, we're actually really fortunate here at the field. There's lots and lots of wildlife. The odd dugite snake makes an appearance every now and again, especially down in the bullpens. They seem to like sitting under the tarps as Fredericks goes strike 1 to Brendan Thomas, but I've seen Quendas over the back, Shinglebacks, Willie Wagtail, so there's quite a bit. As a swinging bunt there by Brendan Thomas decides that he's not even going to drop the bat, and thrown out for the 2nd out.
I do feel with the train station getting built in behind us here, that has certainly moved a lot of the animals closer to us. So,
I hadn't seen any dugites in the previous seasons, but I saw 2 in one day. I know one of the heat coaches, Ty Hollow, I was speaking about. There's not many things that kill you in Australia. It's a bit of a myth. And then the next day there was a dugite in the heat change room. So he got his introduction to West Australian snakes, as it's now 2 strikes on Hannah. And
they're all jogging off.
For everybody other than the umpire. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And strike 3 on a swinging strike. So Fredericks has done his job, come in and throw in 2 scoreless innings for the Monkeys, but they still currently trail 5 runs to 2. So,
it does feel like they've kind of regained momentum, the Monkeys, but it's just putting enough runs on the board to,
can they hit?
Claw back enough.
Yeah, I know Lee Cahill has done a little bit of pitching in his day. I know Michael Cahill's done a little bit of pitching as well. BT, Brendan Thomas, obviously, pitched a lot throughout his career. So they've probably got enough arms there if they need them. So. As we just have a young visitor here into the commentary booth.
Yeah.
Hasn't come with a box of chips or anything, has he? No, that's a beautiful work, Hunter. So up to bat for the Monkeys will be Neil Major. So Monkeys running out of innings. They're just only 3 to go. They do get 3 extra at bats now from or 3 extra outs from this point on. Than the Eagles. So, and they did come back last week and pick up a walk off. So maybe they're and they can put a bunch of runs together too if they really want to. So Hannah pitches to Major and on the knees for strike 1. High and outside there for ball 1. Neil Major singled down to right field in his last at bat. He's probably hoping he can do something the same as that one's in the dirt for 2 balls, 1 strike.
A lot of lefties in this Monkeys lineup.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
3 in a row. Yeah.
So Stewie Johnson, Graham Scorer.
Not to be mistaken for Graham Johnson, the groundskeeper.
Well, I was about to say that the ground is looking in outstanding condition, but I shan't say that. As Hannah evens up the count there with 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Was that a shout out to Brendan Singh for the State League show?
Yeah, Singh was nice enough to mention Stuart Johnson.
Yeah, got a few mentions.
Driven wide. I did say to Singy when I did see him, if the field's bad, then just blame Stuart Johnson.
Blame Stewie. Stewie must have been doing the field today.
So, yeah, poor Singy, he doesn't live that one down very often. And Major hits that one and drives it down the line to keep the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's the State League show, which is usually what usually drops on a Friday.
Yeah, usually drops on a Friday. I missed the last week, but
him and Big
work commitments.
Yeah, him and Big Sexy run that particular show. And, worthwhile facts, especially coming down to the finals.
I've really enjoyed it.
Was that because you're on it?
Except that episode.
As Major goes down the left field line for a foul ball. It's good. It's a good thing to have something about West Australian baseball every week, and that ball's high, and that gives a base on balls. So and that one, along with the bloop and the blast, which is the ABL one done by Big Sexy and Lukey Hughes. Again, it's got to be good for baseball.
I do like Hughes. He gets wound up.
He does get wound up over all sorts of things. But again, he was. He said that NSR High Ballpark was the best field in the ABL this year.
Love it.
I think that was mainly because he liked the way that Priz mows the field. But of course, we lost out to, as we do every year, to the Brisbane Bandits field.
We know who the real winners were, mate. For
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, if my field got washed away every week and I could put fresh dirt on it, it'd be wonderful. So I would not mind it at all. As the ball goes over to third base, he goes over to second for the out with Hearn, quick hands and nicely scooped.
It's calling off the bag. proximity rule is not in play.
Wowee! You don't see that very often in baseball. It looked for me for here that Johnny Ahern hit the bag. That'd be.
He was a good step off it, I reckon. But
well, that's controversial to say the least.
I remember copping an earful a fair few times in my youth from coaches about arguing about people not being on the bag and close enough was good enough.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused.
So safe. If he's safe at 2, should still be out at 1, hey?
So what then happened to Neil Major? Did Neil Major score? Because all sorts of confusion going on down here. Stuart Johnson is out. No, Neil Major's still on second. So that is a 4-3. So, okay, confusion reigned. Johnny Ahern didn't touch the second bag, so enabled Neil Major to stay on second and threw out Stuart Johnson at first. Now up comes Clayton Fredericks. Hannah deals and strike number 1. Hannah flies that one in there for strike number 2 on Fredericks. Fredericks struck out in his first at bat and fouls that ball off. So our Tuesday game is Careen and South Perth, then our Wednesday game this week. I know our Friday game is, I think, Morley and
South Perth.
Morley and South Perth. So, and ball hit into left field there by Major, which advances. By Clayton Fredericks, which advances Major to third base. And runners on first and third with 1 out, bringing Patrick Moore to the plate.
So it's actually Morley Gosnells Wednesday night and Rockingham South Perth on Friday.
Oh, Rockingham, still in mathematical contention for 5th place?
Look, I would need to work. It would have to be everything go their way now. It would be very tough.
Yeah, so not a game to drop as Patrick Moore hits one into left field to score Neil Major. So that brings the total to 5-3 for the Monkeys. So nice hit there into left field by Patrick Moore. That brings up Michael Parks. So
Damo had me fooled there, man. I thought he grabbed it.
I thought that he had it as well. So it's a long way down there when you're a third baseman and you're a little bit older than the average. And now ball 1 to Michael Parks. Michael Parks can drive the ball. He when he gets onto it, he can still hit it a fair old distance as Hannah evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So he'll be looking to drive this ball into the gap and see if he can score Fredericks from second base. Swing and a miss.
Did he go?
For
check that one.
Strike 2. And it looks like everybody goes though. When I was playing first, everybody went. Everybody went regardless. Parks drives one in and he drives one into the gap, and this should score Fredericks to even it. Well, not even it up, but bring it back to 4 runs to 5, and that also sends Patrick Moore over to second base. So Parks did exactly what he needed to do there, drive it into the outfield, and that brings Monkeys to just 1 run behind now with 1 out and runners on second or first and third. And that brings up Yoda, which is probably a good man to have.
Good man right here?
Yep.
Mate, tell you what, Parksy's always been very unassuming, mate. Like he's, not a flashy kind of guy, big name guy, but always gets the job done.
But just hits, yeah. Just as strike 1 thrown to Jeff Dyer. Yeah, he's always all the time through the Masters with the Cubs. He was just always that guy that would just come out and hit every week. Yoda skies one up. That brings Cahill over, and he gets the second out. So big second out there on a foul fly 3, and now that brings up Joel Gilding, and Gilding will be busting, I think, here to get a hit and score the run. Pass ball here becomes an issue as well. Hannah deals and strike 1.
Paddy's certainly not known for his speed these days, though, mate. So you might want to start getting a little bit of a bigger lead there at third, walking down. No,
it's pretty much the same as most school teachers. Oh. And hit back to the pitcher. Hannah throws over to Cahill at first, and that retires the side, but not before they score another 2 runs. So now things are tightening up here at Innes Higher Ballpark, as it's 5 runs to 4 Eagles.
Well, we've got the umpires having a chat here, mate.
Yeah, controversial. It's been a long time since I've seen that particular play. The vicinity play went out years ago, obviously, and because you can't barrel roll. But again, we don't tend to slide much at Masters.
We don't have replays either, though, mate. So
no, we don't.
Close enough is good enough.
Yeah. I probably would have trusted Johnny Hearn to hit the bag.
Out by a mile, come on.
So, that's the beautiful part about this game. You can sit right next to each other and have 2 different opinions.
Yeah.
So as we go to the top of the 6th inning now, and Fredericks will come on for his last inning. Looks like this game will probably go to a 7th. We've got 20 minutes left, and so it's a crucial innings for Fredericks to come in and shut down the Eagles. But of course, they have the 2 Cahill brothers and Damon Clark coming up to bat, so it's not going to be an easy job for that to happen.
I've just spotted JK and Bowser down there near the dugout. Can't be too far away from JK joining this team, mate, don't you reckon?
Well,
a couple of years away.
A few of the Kennellys could probably make it, in fact, because I took Matt away as well on the same year that I took Matty Winfield away. So
yeah, right,
he's still up here throwing strikes for
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra, and of course Tim's getting close to 40. He's around the 40, so that'll be a formidable Monkeys team when the Kennelly boys hang it up. As Michael Cahill goes foul ball for strike 1.
There is a rule that you have to have retired from State League to be able to play Masters, though. So
true, you can't play State yet. So as the ball gets hit over to Neil Major traps it. Nice throw over to Winfield for the first out. Yeah, you can't be playing State League, and really you shouldn't be hitting bombs for Australia either if you're coming down and playing Monkeys on a Monday night. So, but obviously good luck to the boys. WA's well represented in the Australian team.
I don't know if they'll be able to handle the velo, mate.
I reckon you could.
It'd be a bit of an adjustment period, mate, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon you could take TK on everything slow. As Lee Cahill stands up at the plate, fouls one back. I think we've got about 5 or 6 West Australians in the WBC team, which is always good to see. Josh Henriksen is in. Warwick Sorpold, Alex Hall, TK, Kieran Hall, yeah. Mitchie Newborn as well, who now plies his trade over at Adelaide Giants. So of course Alex, TK, Mitchie Newborn and Josh Henriksen were all state schoolboys kids. Yeah, nice. Which was nice to see, I think. As the one's driven back and well grabbed by Clayton Fredrickson and tosses over to first base. So that's the second out at the top of the 6th. So Josh, Mitchie, Alex were all in our team. And TK was a little bit before I came on board with the schoolboys.
Yeah, okay.
So, and now we have batting Damon Clark. Clark has struck out twice in his previous tour. But batsman starts off with a ball.
So who's taken over schoolboys now?
JK's the coach, and Brandon Mygrove from Morley, as Clark goes over to Neil Major. Major scoops it over there at third and fires it over to retire the side. And this year we brought on Daniel Stevenson from Wanneroo in the coaching role, and Carol Williams, who's has probably close to, she'd have to be 16 odd years now, is in her role as the manager and doing some admin executive officer duties as
16
well.
16 years, mate. That is it's almost a lifetime.
Yeah, I did 20 in the end. I think we won 2 championships. One of them was here, and one in Lismore with Graham Webb when Webby was coach.
It was great here last year. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we just couldn't get over New South Wales. Of course, New South, they have a cast of thousands to choose from.
Yeah.
But I also think that when WA as a state, medals at any of the nationals, it's probably a really good effort. You look at, it's big in Queensland. Baseball's big in New South and Victoria. We're not as big as those states. So for us to go over and compete,
we're always punching up, mate. So
yeah, always punching above our weight. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I think we won 2 gold, maybe 3 silvers, and about 5 bronze in the time that I was involved in schoolboys, and had some tremendous coaches. Like started off as Kevin Hooker as our coach, and then nice. Mark Paddock. When he was running the South Fremantle program, Andy Kyle. Has come through. Graham Webb, who we lost unfortunately to cancer over 10 years ago now, as Hannah throws strike 1 to Blake Morfitt. Morfitt's 1 for 2 tonight. So it's and that ball goes in and it's well taken by the second baseman Bill Manning there for the first out. So it's been nice to sort of see JK, work through that and then work up into state league. I can see Brandon Mygro heading that way at some point in his future as well, because they're both really good coaches, and it's nice to see Dan Stevenson coming on board as well. Dan's starting his teaching career this year, so that's sort of a nice thing to have. As Graham Scorer hits one up the middle, and that one gets through to centre field. So that's the first or the second hit for Graham Scorer tonight, and that puts runners at first with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. So, and it's nice. Schoolboys is always one comp where we look to sort of build coaches. Into the coaching role and into sort of state league. We had Mitchie Williams for a lot of years, and he's now plying his trade over in Queensland. So it's been a nice sort of breeding ground for the future coaches. As Crash Davis drives that one high, Brendan Thomas underneath it at centre, and a can of corn there for BT. And that.
How many hits have you got for the monkeys there, mate?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9.
9, okay.
So
9 hits to 5. Is that where we're at, or?
1, 2, 4, 9 hits to 5. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm only 1 off on the scoreboard. That's not too bad.
No. You're right. So 10 hits and. Hit over to first base. Lee Cahill grabs it and steps on the base to make the final out. So we are going to go to the second innings as Nathan Davis gets retired there. We are going to go to the final inning with Eagles holding a 5-4 lead.
So Monkeys were in the grand final last year too, from memory. Is that a?
Yeah, lost it to Reds.
Yeah.
Which enabled Reds to have their three-peat. So, the fact that they were sort of on top by 5 games, they sort of doubled the win total of everybody else, which sort of just proves that when you're in a 1-0 grand final, anything can happen. So Eagles are still a pretty good side. There's some outstanding players out there. Johnny Hearn, Brendan Thomas, Adam Holt, Brad Allpike, Lee Cahill. So they're a pretty star-studded group as well.
I think you just named 2/3 of the lineup there, mate.
I pretty much did. Yeah. The other ones must be upset.
We've got to get phone calls now about the guys that you didn't mention.
But it just shows you, at a one-off grand final, anything can happen. So. We have Chris Brain on the hill, and he'll pitch the 7th and final inning of this game.
Mate, we might get some free baseball after this. This is looking it's going to get close.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to that third pitcher, isn't it? Can the third pitcher throw enough strikes? It looks like Lee Cahill's warming up down there in the right field line, so it looks like Lee's going to come in and finish the game off for the Eagles. And ball number 1 thrown to Adam Holt. Holt has no plate appearances, has walked and been hit, and he drives that one into the right field side. Well taken over there by Graham Scorer. He tumbled over, needs to repair his divot.
That is a huge divot.
That is a big divot.
He's picking pieces up and putting them in. That's yeah. We'll have to go inspect that later.
Good golf technique, always repair your divot. But that puts Adam Holt on first base to start the 7th inning. And we've got Johnny Hearn up at the plate. Hearn's still got a good eye, won't swing in anything outside the zone, and goes swing and a miss for strike 1. And gets the inside corner there, does crash for strike 2. Double play here would be ideal, but looking at least get an out somewhere. Down low for ball 1. As I said, Johnny Hearn's still got a great eye. I remember it was a questionable call one time when I was catching him, and he sort of turned around and said, "Jono, if I didn't swing at it, mate, it's not a strike." And I sort of looked up at him and went, "Yeah, you're right, Hearny." As he fouls one back. So the count remains at 1-2 strikes. So again, quick hands. It was one of the things that I noticed when I first came down to catch Masters. And all of the Eagles boys, they all still had quick hands and can get the bat through the zone exactly when they need to do it. So that was a ball there. Ball inside. So again, Hearn's not getting out of that zone. There's a full count now on Johnny Hearn.
Crush wasn't happy about that one, but it looked like it started in and finished in, so...
And Hearny strikes one into right field. So Eagles start the bottom of the 7th with consecutive hits as Johnny Hearn goes 1 for 3 for the evening. And that brings up Adam Watts with runners on first and second, none out. Monkeys really need to make it out here somewhere on the bases, really need to stop. Holty getting over to third base. Watts grounded out and hit a double to left field. and inside, and that ball's gone through. So bit of a wild pitch, and that puts runners on second and third with none out. The exact thing that Monkeys didn't need.
Yep.
So no intentional walks here. You know, again, we don't tend to throw around people in this grade too much. So Crash delivers and throws strike number 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. Crash delivers and nice pitch. That one gets through for strike 2. Looking for a strikeout here. Here's Crash. And well fought off there by Watts.
3 effort pitches in a row now for Crash. So leaving it all out there.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how old you get. When you get in a competitive situation, you bear down that little bit more, and everything's all fun and games until you get to the final inning of the grand final. And again, well fought off, low pitch there by Watts. Yeah, Crash has got the 1 inning to throw, unless we go to extras. I think only one of the Masters games has ever gone to extras, and that's when Cubs lost to Eagles in one of the 8 times or 9 times they did. And foul ball called by the ump, which would have been a tough play. It was almost like a bunt, swinging bunt.
We were pretty good at losing at the end there, weren't we? Towards the end of the Cubs era, mate.
We found new and inventive ways to lose.
Yeah. Yep. Give up a 7-run lead at the start and then always play catch up.
And Crash goes with an off speed but misses up high, and 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes in and gets him on a lovely pitch on the inside corner to strike out Adam Watts looking, and that's the first out of the 7th innings, and brings up Bevan Smith. Bevan is 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout, and Crash could really use a strikeout here. Low and outside for ball number 1. Bill Manning will follow. Oh, nice pitch there by Crash. Reared back, got a little bit more on it for strike number 1. Crash delivers, low and inside again. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Things have just tightened up a touch. As the ball skied up into the outfield. Oh, and drops just in the little spot that neither Major nor scorer could get to, and drops in for a single, but more importantly for the Monkeys, that held the third baseman on because he wasn't sure whether it was going to be caught, and then it was too short to run. So we've now got loaded bases with 1 out, and Bill Manning up at the plate. Manning is 0 for 1, struck out and walked so far this evening. As that would be Adam Holt coming off, Adam's catcher, and Adam Watts goes in to run at third base for the speed up runner. So this is a really big out here, and a really big at bat for both teams. Crash delivers, strike number 1. Nice pitch there, right on the knees. So wants to start him off with a strike. Crash delivers, down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Does not want to get anywhere near 3 balls. One's in the dirt. Well blocked by Stuart Johnson there. And 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, you just feel just a bit of tension, a bit of a hush come over over the crowd. And misses again for 3 balls and 1 strike. So this is going to be that one. It's got to be down. He's got to throw a strike here. Can't afford to walk another runner in. And fouled back, straight back there by Bill Manning.
That was up too. That was the walk.
That was the walk. Yeah, that could have been the run. So it puts full count on the hitter with 1 out and loaded bases here. And he's caught him. I don't think Manning was too happy with that. But Crash Davis gets the strikeout that he needs. So now 2 outs with loaded bags, and that brings up the leadoff hitter, Brad Allpike. Allpike is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 2 walks. And hits it down to Clayton Fredrickson. Fredericks goes over to first base. Doesn't pick it. Ball dropped in the dirt. Winfield couldn't pick it, and that scores the run for what might be a very big run for the Eagles. So again, with Brendan Thomas coming up to the plate. 2 out, loaded bags. Big play, and Matty Winfield over there at first just couldn't pick it. And Crash comes back with strike 1 to Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 3 tonight, single to left field, and has grounded out twice. Hits the ball up, and well picked up by Neil Major at shortstop, and he goes on the bag to retire the Eagles team. So that leaves Monkeys 2 runs to tie, 3 runs to take the championship at the Masters League final here at NSR Higher Ballpark.
Jono, it just feels like momentum's completely swung back to the Eagles now.
Yeah,
they're all
up
and about. They're feeling it.
It was a crucial out, wasn't it? If he could have stabbed it and gone with being a 5-4 deficit.
Probably had a bit more time and could have played his bag and didn't need to throw it over.
Yeah, I thought he could have gone over to his bag or even over to second, the shorter way, but he elected to go to first. Ball just dropped a little short there.
Momentum took him that way a little bit.
Yeah, sort of dropped him off. I don't remember Matty Winfield being an infielder either when he was with the Schoolboys. I think he was more of an outfielder pitcher. But again, that's just the way that this game goes. So Lee Cahill has brought himself on. Okay, Lee tends to sling him down from about three-quarter delivery spot. Of course, he's following in the Eagles lineup, and Luke Holbert, who for many years dropped down and threw from the side and would always start for the Eagles team. Pitched the first 3 innings. So Holby was an outstanding pitcher for both Morley and also with the Perth Heat. So that brings up Matty Winfield to see if he can get himself on to start the bottom of the 7th. Matty is 1 for 2 tonight. Ground into a double play and had a single. And Cahill starts him off with a strike. Cahill sets. Low and outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Winfield gets up and gets it over the shortstop and puts it out to the centre fielder, Brendan Thomas. So that's just the start that the Monkeys were looking for. A runner on first base and bringing up Neil Major. Major is 1 for 2 tonight. 1 for 1. He has singled to left field and walked his last time at bat. He'll be looking to drive one into the outfield, see if he can get Winfield over to third. Strike one by Cahill comes in at the knees. What a nice pitch.
He can still rake, can't he? So.
He can still hit, yeah. And flies one over the fence into the spectator area for strike 2.
No, he just needs to put one over here, mate, and keep the game interesting.
Okay, Hill delivers, hits one out, and under the right there by the left fielder, Adam Watts, and that's the first big out for the Eagles tonight.
Wrong direction, mate.
Yeah, no, right at the hitter. I mean, right at the fielder, unfortunately. That brings Stuart Johnson, the catcher, to the plate. And he drives one into centre field as well. So that's that's a good start. And that puts runners on first and second for the Monkeys. That was Stuart's first hit for the night. And bringing up Clayton Frederick. So Fredo's at bat.
No one can agree on who wants to take the speed-up runner, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure speed-up runner's an apt term in Masters.
No.
I just think it
quick
should...
to get out of there. He was hustling.
As the catcher you tend to, so it's almost just another runner as opposed to a speed-up. So that puts Clayton Frederick in here. Cahill starts him off with a strike. Fredo's 1 for 2. Yeah, lays off the outside pitch for 1-1. It will get very interesting if he can get himself on. And drives that one down into the left field bullpen for 1 ball, 2 strikes. So big pitch here for Cahill. Winds and well fouled off there by Fredericks. Cahill delivers and well struck out to left field, and that's going to make it very, very interesting. So a single there to Fredericks. So with 1 out, we've now got loaded bags here at NSR Higher Ballpark with Patrick Moore now at bat. Patrick is 2 for 2 tonight, so he hopes to keep his streak going as Cahill goes outside for ball 1. Cahill will be looking for some sort of ball that can get an infield out and maybe 2. Patrick drops it. Oh, he's done it. He has done it. He's dropped it into centre field. Unbelievable. That tightens things up as Monkeys score their 5th run of the night. And if you're looking for an MVP, 3 for 3.
Can he love it? Can he give himself the award? Is that a...
I think he'd be allowed to. And then that brings Michael Parks. Michael Parks, he's hit both hard tonight. He's 1 for 2. Had a single and a line drive to the third baseman, and Cahill starts him off with a strike. So obviously Eagles have pulled a couple of their players in. They're looking to sort of out at the plate. And
he's called it in.
And he's dropped it. Oh, he dropped the ball. Scorer came in behind and got home. So
he may have picked it up in time. It is.
He's called him out.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable! He must have picked it up in time because it definitely wasn't on the release. So that puts 2 out with Jeff Dyer at bat. You've got Nathan Davis out having a chat to the umpire, and time has been called. So now we've got, I think it's Clayton Fredericks having a chat with the umpire. I think he's made his call. I don't think we're going to get a reversal. There's no instant replay here.
I'm pretty confident he picked it up in time. Like, if he'd run and touched the bag and run through, he would have been okay, would have been safe. But he ran past it and then had to go back. So
yeah, well, actually, I thought his feet also collided a bit. So in comes Yoda, and strike one from Lee Cahill. Yoda.
Let's see if Yodes can do it, eh?
Yoda's been up in this spot before. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Yoda hits it in.
Oh, he's got
the
it
ball's
through.
It is through, and it's all tied up here at NSR High Ballpark. Unbelievable. We've now got a 6-all ball game in the bottom of the 7th. So Yoda comes through, just seeing eye ground ball out to the left fielder, and that now brings up Joel Gilding, and Joel can be fortune here. He can be the hero and walk it off for the Monkeys. Cahill deals, and strike one.
Oh.
We got Patrick Moore on third base, Michael Parks on second, and Yoda on first. He hits. Slow grow, ground ball, and the Eagles have walked it off. Unbelievable!
Monkeys have done it.
Monkeys have done it. Won their first ever Masters Championship with a slow dribbler that did not get out of the infield. That's unlucky for Eagles. Eagles played a fantastic game, put up 6 runs with 7 hits. But the 15th and final hit for the Monkeys season with a 7-6 victory on the evening. So a great game of baseball here at NSR High Ballpark.
That game had everything, John. I loved it. That was awesome.
Mate, unbelievable. Again, hitting, they had pitching. Your guys made the field and made the outs when they needed to. And
almost had an old school spray.
A bit of umpire controversy. That's a terrific effort there by the Eagles. They were obviously level last week going into the last inning, walked that one off, came from 2 runs down here today to win their first ever Masters Championship over the Eagles. 7 runs to 6. So a warm round of applause from the quite large crowd we have here at the ballpark, and very much appreciative of an outstanding game. So congratulations to both teams on bringing out a good game of baseball tonight here at the ballpark. So Jess, your last thoughts, my friend.
Mate, look, I just think from here, mate, we need to give a grand final MVP, mate. Call it. What are we doing?
Oh, look, Fredo did a great job up on the hill there. He sort
Paddy got the
really
momentum
shut it
there
down,
at
but
the end there, mate.
I don't think you could go away from Patrick Moore. Patrick was 3 hits on the day, obviously coming up in that last inning, scoring the guy. So I would think if I was going to give it at this stage, I would give the MVP to Patrick Moore.
Good thing we don't have a say, but it's, we're going with that anyway. So,
look, I love a good fielder as an MVP. Always vote for catchers for MVPs, but I think the fact that he 3 hits, drove in that run, kept the inning alive. Enabled Monkeys then to draw level, and then lucky enough to be able to come through with the win. So 3 for 3 on the night, outstanding. Obviously Clayton Fredericks was 2 for 3 on the night. Obviously, Yoda's big hit too to keep the inning alive when it was 2 out. But range. But I'd probably really go for Patrick for tonight. So that wraps up our telecast here tonight. Obviously, we made history. This is the first time the Masters has ever been live streamed. So hopefully that'll encourage people to come down to the ballpark next year and partake in the Masters game.
Do we need to say leave a comment, like, and subscribe? Is that what we do for YouTube, mate? Is that a...
I don't know, mate. I'm definitely not an influencer, so but
you've had an influence, though, mate. So it's all good.
Yeah. Give us a thumbs up for sure.
Yeah, totally.
And a comment, and the presentations are about to start down on the field. So from NSI High Ballpark, thanks very much for watching tonight.